Welcome to the Marketing Revolution Podcast. This is the underground movement of savage marketers from all over the world. We are not Fortune 500 companies. We are real entrepreneurs with real businesses that have one major thing in mind: to set goals and devour them daily. Because we understand that everyone wants to eat, but only savage marketers are willing to do the hunt. Now let's get this revolution started. Hey, what's up, everybody? John Hiley here with the Marketing Revolution Podcast and the Marketing Savage Facebook group. I always try not to get them too mixed up. I know one of these days on a podcast, I'm actually going to get them too mixed up. But anyhow, I wanted to come to you guys and talk a little bit about a subject that I've kind of touched on here and there throughout my podcast and definitely throughout majority of my videos. And then in the new Marketing Savage book, I've really touched on this quite a bit because it's one of my core beliefs. And I talk a lot in my book and inside the course and stuff like that about walking in faith. Okay. And now when I say that, I'll give you guys I'm going to give you guys a little story. I remember one day I was actually talking to my tattoo artist, who is obviously not religious or he's spiritual though. You know what I mean? He's spiritual. And that's really who I'm talking to right here, people that are spiritual, because I'm not specifically talking about any religion. I'm actually talking about walking in faith. And what faith is belief in the unseen, okay? I want to tell you how that fits into my day-to-day and how that fits into everything that has happened to me in my adult life. I don't really know that I had faith in my younger days, but in my adult life, it's taken a lot of faith to understand some of the things that have happened to me. Some of you guys haven't seen my latest tactical podcast, the Tactical Dent Tech podcast. There was a massive thing that happened to me a couple years ago, and essentially I was drug out of my car and beat up by the police and thrown into jail. The story goes much deeper. You can always check that out. In fact, this is on my Facebook wall. It's probably 2 or 3 posts down from this. So we actually just talked about that story last week on Sunday. Now, the reason why I'm bringing that up is because during the entire time, years ago, I would have been very worried. I would have been scared. I would have been depressed, and I would have been in a lot of pain, not as much physical pain, but as mental anguish and mental pain. It took me a long time to understand that I had to have a belief in the unseen, that I had to begin to have faith that not only was this horrible fucking thing that was happening to me at the time, not only was it was fucking horrible, but I truly had a deep-seated belief that it should have happened, and it was happening because I was being pulled and pushed, and I was moving towards the good, okay? So typically, everything that happens day to day, I tend to have a deep-seated belief in the unseen that good things are going to come out of just about anything that comes my way in life. It serves you to look at things through this lens. I'm telling you guys, like, no matter what happens to you in life, no matter what comes your way, it would never serve you to dwell on that thing or begin to let it take you into a negative place or a negative mindset. In fact, once you start to learn a little bit about even the human brain, just the science of the brain alone, when you go into a negative mindset or when your mind goes into a very depressed or a painful state, it will actually seek out things that align itself with that core belief, okay? Meaning that, like, something good could fucking happen during that time, and because you're in such deep pain and you're in such anguish that you will tend to dwell on the bad things, or you'll only seek out the bad things that are happening. I think we've all seen people that are in that state of mind or in that place. It's like all of a sudden, like, nothing good's happened. Every time you talk to them, nothing good has happened to them. Nothing is nothing good is going on in their life at that time. Well, the problem is they're dwelling so much on the bad. They're spending so much time dwelling on the bad that if something fucking good hit them, they literally would tend to have such little faith that they would believe that this good thing is going to take them to a bad place. Now, I want you to think about reversing that effect, okay? Meaning that you have a deep-seated belief that there is a creator, whether you call it the universe, Buddha, Allah, God, Jesus, whatever you want to call, but there is a creator that is literally moving you or moving things for the good in your life. That no matter what happens to you, that you have a deep-seated belief in the unseen, that the creator is taking you through these struggles, through this pain, to build a bigger and a better and a stronger version of yourself. And when you begin to seed into that belief and you begin to seat into that, you will actually find yourself looking for opportunity. And when you get to the point in your life where you're looking for opportunity, you're going to find opportunity, guys, because there's opportunity fucking everywhere. There is opportunity everywhere. You know, a lot of you guys may be depressed about the COVID-19 and all this kind of stuff, but I'm here to tell you there's more fucking money in the economy right now than there ever has been in all of time. So right now there is more money in the economy than there ever has been in all of time and all of history. Think about that. Think about that. But a lot of people will step back and just dwell on the negative. You know, they'll find themselves just living in the negative. And I personally got to be careful with that because I get a little bit fucking political and there's some shit that pisses me off, man. But I got to step back and I got to say, you know what? Essentially, if it wasn't for all these politicians, we would probably fall into fucking anarchy. So until we can do without them, until fucking God aligns the world, until God gets the world aligned that we can actually do without these motherfuckers, then we're probably going to have to deal with them for a while. But the truth of the matter is, it's taken out, who knows how many fucking years it's taken us as a, I don't know if I want to say species or humankind, whatever, to get where we're currently at, to get the blessings that we have today. So because of that, I want to step back and say, you know what, man? I may not agree with all the shit that's happening. I may not agree with everything that they're doing, but one thing I'm going to agree with is that God and my creator is always taking me towards the good, that we're moving towards the good and not towards the bad. Be careful with it in this day and age, guys, because there is a war right now, and the war is for this. And what they want, I'm sorry for all the podcast listeners, I pointed to my brain. The war is for your mind. Okay, the war is for your mind, and everybody wants it, okay? The news wants to fucking scare you into listening to them, watching them. Like, there's a war out there for your mind. There's a war out there for the eyeballs, whether it's social media. There is literally a war for your mind because that's where the money's at. So you got to be careful because people will use anything to suck you in, and if you allow negative, pessimistic shit to just fucking take over your entire life, you're going to begin producing that in your life. It's going to start with the media, with whatever you're fucking allowing into your life, and it's going to begin manifesting outside into your fucking real life. Everything starts in your mind. Everything that man has ever created starts in your mind. So whatever goes into your mind and that you actually dwell on and that you start maintaining as a core belief is going to manifest itself outside of your mind. One day a caveman was pushing a wheelbarrow up the hill with a square rock or whatever, and one day it manifested in his mind to start sanding down them edges and make a fucking wheel. And it started in his mind first, and then it came into reality. I don't want you guys to get me twisted. I don't want you guys to think that I'm talking about, shit where you just think about it and it pops up and appears in front of you. What I'm talking about is everything starts with an idea inside of us. As men, we are creators. Men and women, we are creators in this world. And when things start and come into our mind and into our heart, we manifest it outside of ourselves. So walking in faith, understanding that we're moving towards the good, we're not moving towards the bad, we will start to manifest good outside of ourselves. Now, I go into a lot of scientific shit in the book, and I go into like fucking detail exactly why that works. And we got like something called the reticular activator system, which actually is almost like a Google filter that'll filter out anything that doesn't align itself with our core beliefs. There's some real fucking scientific data behind this. So this isn't like just a bunch of fucking woo-woo shit, man. It's fucking truth. So focus on the good shit, guys. Walk in faith, walk in love, walk in abundance. You know, if you can mince them three things together, faith, love, and abundance, you know, meaning love, part of love would be gratitude, that you're grateful for the things that you have. You're grateful for what you've been given. You have love in your heart. You have faith in your heart, and you have abundance in your heart. You could never lose, guys. You'll resonate, and you'll have an energy that will just draw people towards you. It's one of the very first things, like I start working with my coaching clients, especially if I feel like their energy's off or they're a little like primal, you know. I just start talking about some things. I know the savage dude right here is talking about love and talking about walking in faith, but that's fucking power, guys. I don't give a fuck that's fucking power, y'all. Listen to me. Listen to me when I tell you this. And I was just talking to a new coaching client about this earlier today. Love and lust climb the same vine. They look a lot alike, right? So love and lust, they look a lot alike. They climb the same fucking vine. But which one you think's more powerful? You already know the answer to that question. Nothing more powerful than love. So when you bring that into your life, there's nothing more fucking savage than that, y'all. All right, everybody. Appreciate you. See you on the next one.